Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to hide your location online. Now, plenty of internet users worry about location privacy. The fact that websites track and monitor our location and our activities all the time is a little disconcerting, and it obviously also affects what we can do online. Many sites are restricted based on location. Many sites tailor content based on your location and all sorts of things, and it's only increasing. We're going to look at a couple of methods here that can help you protect your location online. You can use one, two, or all of them together. We've updated it in 2025 just to help try and keep up to date on this subject. Okay, so first of all, device and browser settings. Now, this is important because there are kind of three main areas that gives away your location online, and websites will use this. And one of them is basically just looking at your browser asking your browser for information. These are called location services, and you can turn these off completely. I'm going to show you a couple of settings now that you can use. You can go into, I'm in Chrome here now, so we'll just go in and show security settings. So you need to hit the three little dots in the top of the page, and then you need to go to security settings, and you need to find privacy and security. And here we have also delete browsing data, so you can delete all your cookies and history in there as well. What you're looking for is site settings, and here little tab saying location can ask for your location. So sites can ask for your location. They can pop up and say yes, no. You've probably seen the message. If you don't want sites to know your location, just turn it off and click don't allow sites to see your location. You can set up exclusions if you find that your banking site or some application needs your location, but you can turn it off there. The other place to look at as far as location in your browser is a little bit more complicated. Again, you have to go into the three little dots in the top right hand corner. Sorry, it's just off screen there, but it's in the top. I'm sure you'll find it. And you need to go to more tools and developer tools here at the bottom. Okay, that'll bring up this little menu here. Let me just move my screen down a bit. And here what we need to do is to go up to the little three dots again and go to more tools again and scroll down till you find sensors. This will reveal a tab here in the console, sensors. And you can see here you can control what location that you put in. You can either put location unavailable, or you can configure your browser to look like it's in Berlin, London, Moscow, Mountain View, wherever. You can add other locations. If you go to the manage setting, it will allow you to add different locations. You can even put in latitude and longitude coordinates if you want to make up your own. You can get those from Google Maps if you need them. So for instance, if you want to spoof and make it look like you're always in London, just click on London there and your browser will act like it's in London. So those are in developers tools, and that's really useful as well, depending on what you're doing, of course. Okay, so app permissions you'll find, say, on another device like a smartphone, you'll find something location services there in the settings, and it's got a similar thing, just saying yes or no. You can allow apps to access your location, or you can configure them yes or no individually. Remember, as I showed you, sites will get information from cookies and browsing history. Remember, sites are leaving cookies on your computer all the time, so if you want to delete those, just delete them regularly. You can do it from the menu, or you can use there's lots of little Chrome extensions. I use one called Cookie Remover, but where I just click a button, and that will get rid of all the cookies and digital traces from your browser. Okay, so privacy tools. As I said, there's kind of three main areas where they get your location. There's the the location settings from your browser. There's the cookies and the history from where you've searched and your visited sites, stuff like that. And you have got the biggie, which is IP addresses. So to protect yourself from sites looking up your IP address and your location from it, you'll need to use something called a VPN. Now, the important thing about VPN is it encrypts data and routes all your connection through a secure server. I use Liberty Shield or NordVPN mainly because they're good for geolocation and bypassing geoblocks on things like the BBC and TV media sites. They're both really good. NordVPN is the biggest and most well known. It's also slightly cheaper. Liberty Shield is it really works well with media sites, but you don't have the range of servers to connect through the different countries. But if you just want something from BBC and you're prepared to pay a little bit for it, it's a great option. You've also got things like privacy browsers. Now you can use incognito mode in Chrome, which again you'll find in the little top right hand corner, the three little dots. There'll be a setting saying new incognito window. You can also use specialist browsers with built-in protection like Brave or Firefox Focus. They work really well, and you can download them for nothing. Let's just show you Firefox Focus here. It's on the Mozilla site. And here we have simply private mobile browsing, so that won't store any of your data, won't mess around with cookies and stuff like that, will keep your searching private. It doesn't store anything either on your computer. Worth investigating them. As I say, incognito mode is free, and Brave or Firefox Focus are as well. Well worth using. You can also use proxy servers. Now, these are very similar to VPNs, but they don't encrypt your data, but they do give you access to, if you really want to hide your location, you can rotate your IP address, use different sorts of IP addresses to make yourself, let me just show you here. And we've got things like you can use residential proxies. Now these are, you can buy a proxy server service where you can get access to millions of IP addresses. And these are residential IP addresses, which means they're indistinguishable from private users. So they're basically they're more private than IP addresses you get from VPN servers, which are normally, you can tell it's a VPN, but if you want to blend in and hide, you need a residential IP address. So you usually have to use a proxy. You can get static ones if you want to keep it the same. You can get private dedicated IPs, so you get the same IP address and you don't share it with anybody else. You can have mobile proxies if you want to look like using you're a mobile user all the time, and you can use mobile proxies on desktops as well. So it'll hide your location even more because it will look like your location is changing all the time. And fresh dedicated IPs, these are IP addresses that have not been used before. These are sort of some people might think they're excessive, but they're very specialized IP address services. But if you really want to hide your address, go through somewhere like IP Burger, where they can sell you proxy services. They're not that much, but if you're doing anything on bulk, you'll need to pay for things like rotating residential proxies to really hide your location. For instance, I know somebody who uses these to buy up trainers on big sites like Foot Locker and stuff, and they buy up lots of the restricted numbered trainers, and then they flog them off for 10, 20 times as much on eBay and different sites. So, you know, if you're worrying at a business, have a look at those. Private search, you can actually forget about the browser and just also use a search engine that doesn't track your search history. Again, another layer you can add on. An example here, let me see if I've got one called Start Page. Yeah, Start Page is a private search engine. So if you Google will grab all your data and track you relentlessly, and share all your data with loads of people. People like Startpage won't do that. Okay, and here we go, the last page. So complete protection, combine all these multiple methods, like go into your browser, configure it, grab a specialist browser, you use a specialist search engine called Startpage. If you're going to the nth degree, look at proxies and specialized proxies with residential IP address. So those are IP address that look like a home user. VPNs are great if you're just looking to bypass blocks like BBC iPlayer, on media sites like Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. You've got to control your IP address. So geo-blocked sites will always look at your IP address. So the other, if you're trying to get to geo-blocked sites, the other methods won't really help you get them. They'll hide your location a bit and increase your privacy, but you'll need to do something about your IP address, because in many instances, sites only look at this IP address, so you need to be able to stop that. So, okay, that's all there is for now. I hope I've explained something a little bit, or just given you some places to go and research about how you can hide your location online. I'll put some links below in the description, and have a nice day. Bye-bye for now.